Hello, everyone. Oh my god, wait. I didn't. Ah! I didn't change the thing.
Hello, I'm the game master, apparently.
Yeah. Give me a sec. I set this up when, Wow, I just, apparently completely zoned the fuck out. Wow. I'm moving the voices around.
The voices.
The voices. Okay, real quick test, everyone speak.
Speak.
Hello.
Okay, wonderful. Welcome. I feel like I'm just talking to myself and y'all. um,
Welcome.
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 Um, yes, correct. So welcome to the D&D one shot featuring my new glasses. I
Oh
love
my gosh, I
them.
didn't even notice.
Yeah,
Wolf whistle.
these are my new glasses.
They look so good.
Thanks. Um, so we are going to
Sorry,
be
let me say it again. Well, Lexi, you look amazing. I said it off stream, I'll say it again for everyone to hear. They look fantastic.
Correct.
Also, before we fully get into the yes, I'm pouring my vodka in here. No one can judge me. I've had a really rough week so far, and I'm not even done. So before we get into stream fully, every 5 subs, Nyx is gonna take a Jello shot, and every 2 subs, I'm gonna take a shot.
Can I spend my channel points and have you take one without a sub?
I mean, you can if you hate me, I guess. I mean, if you hate me, that's fine.
I, I don't.
I mean, if you make me take a shot, I'll take one. Like, I have something I can actually take a shot of and not feel like I'm dying right now, so.
Is that even a shot at that point?
No, it's a really good. It's okay. So this is the brand. It's called Rum Haven. It's coconut rum, but it's made with like actual coconut water.
Mm.
It's so good, so smooth. Better than Malibu, 100%.
I say
But
Malibu kind of just like sunscreen.
Malibu does kind of taste like sunscreen. The better version of Malibu that's actually cheaper is Admiral Nelson's coconut rum. It is the knockoff of Captain Morgan.
Oh, Captain Morgan. I have PTSD.
That's kind of my go-to.
Admiral Nelson's is what I discovered in college. When I waitressed, I was like, "Here, I have $10 to give you. Go get me something at the liquor store." And the college I went to, the first one, not the recent one. The first one I went to, this was the brand that they did. It was always on like a what do you mean be there soon? Will you? Bro, it shows you still all the way out there. What you mean be there soon? Okay, whatever. Um but they always had it on like a clearance deal, and it was literally $6.95 for a full bottle.
That's impressive.
Like, I guess a bottle of liquor is like 750 milliliters.
Yes.
So like this really good quality one, which is still on the cheaper end surprisingly for it being good quality, is I think $15.95 at the wholesale liquor store. Um this was $6.95. And
Oh, wow.
sometimes if you got 2, they'd give you like a 2 for 10 deal.
Oh my gosh.
But that was like if you had boobs, they'd give you a 2 for 10 deal.
So you got a 2 for 10 deal.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I was 17, so I
I,
definitely wasn't buying alcohol. I definitely
Sure.
didn't maybe go in there once and just wear a low cut tank top and not get ID'd and also get a 2 for 10 deal.
No, absolutely not. Now, who
Absolutely
would ever do that
not.
when they're 17?
I definitely didn't do that while I was 17 in college. But yeah, no, it's really good. It's up right now. I think a full bottle, like a regular size bottle, is like maybe $10, $10.95. Fucking inflation. But I still think it's smoother than Malibu, and I think it tastes better. But that's just me. But they don't usually have that around here because if they're not doing like a quote unquote top shelf liquor, that brand is what restaurants use for their coconut rum. So all the restaurants around here that have coconut rum, they buy it from the one liquor store in town that actually gets it. So it's like you have to get there right after the truck gets there if you want to get it.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. But that one's really good. So if you wanted me to take a shot of it, I would. I wouldn't be that mad at you. I'm mostly gonna bully you, be like, why are you making me take a shot? I hate you so much. Like, but we are going to be doing a D&D one shot. This D&D one shot is one that I wrote way back in the 2021-2022 era. It's called Murder at the Manor. It's a murder mystery. We didn't make it through the first one. Everyone was like, I want to investigate the lint on the floor, and I was like, stop. This is supposed to be a one shot. But the fun twist is last time I had decided who the murderer was. This time I let a random wheel do it. So I did make a fuck ton of NPC character sheets just so that I'd have stats for everyone. We have 8 NPCs total, and then our 3 players. But I will now segue into allowing you all to introduce themselves. We will start at the top, and the top left is me, so we'll go to Nixie Nix.
Hello. I am Nix. I play Forge. I am a plasmoid monk. I knew the princess because I was her mentor for her mentor for a while. We have a good relationship. If she needs advice, she comes to me, and yeah, it's been nice.
Additionally, Nix is also a Twitch streamer. Check out the peep the
Peep the clip.
Peep
I had
the
to
that the
I had
that
to
the
I
thing though
I had
that
to
that
make the clip do the clip.
Yeah.
Wow,
I don't know
wow,
why
what a
So, yeah.
clip!
my name is coming
And
up.
I just had my return
I saw
stream
it
today.
says you're in on you and your friends.
Look at that clip.
I just saw
Look at it
this
go.
sleeping pal on you.
Wow.
Last thing you see
it's doing clip
is
things.
Timothy.
It is doing clip things.
That
Nix
is definitely
I'm
not an old
sorry.
clip. Not at all.
Nix is also one of our fan favorites, and I say fan favorites from Sacrifice. Everyone was a fan favorite. Um, my fan favorites. It's all of you. Nix played Svetna in our Sacrifice campaign, and will be reprising Svetna in our part 2 of the campaign called Penance, coming soon.
Which is based on Redacted, I guess.
Wait, did I tell you the name of the campaign?
You did.
Oh, yeah, I said it's based on Redacted, I guess.
No, but have I told you the name of the campaign before?
It's Penance.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I had told you or not, because I was going to be like, oh my god, wait, what if this is the
You
first time
did
you
it
hear
when
it?
you announced it in the
Yeah.
Discord.
Bold of you to assume that I remember I was drunk. Probably.
Almost
Nope,
always.
wait, I think because I was in a call with Cookie, I was drinking wine, but I wasn't drunk, I was manic. Okay. Thank you for the posture check. Mew. I'm so sorry. Mucephaly? Mucephaly?
That happened.
Mucephaly? I'm gonna call you Mew for now. Please give me a phonetic pronunciation. Thank you. So now we are going to continue going around. We're gonna go to our character playing Willow, or person playing Willow, not our character playing Willow, the person playing Willow.
Yippee! My name's Abby, and I'm playing Willow, but this is my first time playing, so
Good
I
luck.
definitely know this person.
So be nice or get bonked.
Abby is playing Willow, who is a druidic elf. That
Yes.
I literally, because D&D Beyond wasn't working for them, I closed my eyes and pointed at things and made it happen. So
Yeah,
It's an adventure for everyone. Abby is also my work bestie. Bestie trained me at Claire's and got me where I am today, which is dying.
Thanks a
Yippee, but you're
lot.
much better than me, so.
Which is being petty on the sheets.
I'm dying. And Abby is also a streamer. Let's see if you have any clips.
None. No clips. I don't think.
Let's find out. The clip is there's a clip.
There is a
There's
clip.
a clip. I'm scared now. I'm not watching stream.
It was just a clip of what looks like your phone screen.
So valid. Me.
And then we will move on to cards.
Hi, I am Cards. I am the one playing a high elf ranger named Fenjor. Also my first time playing D&D at all. And I know the princess because she hired me to hunt something for her, and I just maintained a business relationship with her as such.
I love that y'all just decided she was a princess. I'm rolling with it.
Look, it was stated once, and I went with it.
Nick stated it, and I was like, okay, she's a princess now, I guess.
The one in charge, the one that I guess we're dealing with here.
Nope, we'll
Yeah,
roll
I
with it.
think,
She's a princess.
The
What?
bitch in command.
yeah, my mind is still on part one.
Okay, Abby, how does Willow know?
The princess.
How does Willow know Allegra?
I mean, we're both elves, right?
Abby,
Yes.
Abigail. That is the equivalent of a white person going up to someone who is of a different race and saying, "Oh, I have this friend. You might know them."
Well, I don't know. How do we know each other?
I don't know. That was up to you.
That's
Did
the
they
whole point.
Yeah, you choose.
they have animals, okay? And I was caretaking their animals.
Okay, sounds
That
good.
works.
Yippee!
Wonderful.
Hooray,
So,
not racist.
As far as you know.
again, it's Abby's first foray.
Four-way? Huh?
Foray.
For,
I didn't agree to that.
It's
I'm not complaining, but I didn't agree to.
four-way. It's a four-way. It's Abby's first debut
for
into D&D.
yeah.
So,
Didn't agree to it, but I'm not complaining about it.
shut the fuck up. So now I will start the music and get us in the vibe. Goodbye, Dua Lipa.
Boo.
Hello, murder mystery dinner party music that I found on Spotify. So, why did it exit out of my docs? Okay. So, I would like for you all, this is literally, it's not initiative isn't a fight, but it's initiative to figure out who's going when and where.
Okay.
So, if you could all
So what is
roll,
needed from me?
you need to click on your character sheet and there's a thing that says initiative and you click it and it will roll the dice for you.
Initiative.
This many.
I can see it, Nick. I got you.
I know. I think it's a funny visualization.
22.
Why can
Okay,
I
and I
not
got
see
18.
yours? Hold on. I am trying to see
Am
what
I
is
adding
happening.
modifiers or is it just the base
No.
roll?
So see,
The
do you
base
see
roll is
the,
19.
It's
do you
your.
see the button
It's
that says initiative?
yeah, because it didn't roll it on here.
Yeah, there's literally a button that says initiative, the number.
Yeah, I saw it.
Push that.
I did. Am I adding that +3 or am I just using the
It
base roll?
automatically rolls it in, but it didn't pop up in the game log. That's why I'm confused.
I mean, I can share my screen and show you.
No, it's
I know,
okay. I
yeah.
believe you. I'm just like confused. I'm like, what is D&D Beyond doing? Because it's already like it's showing
Trying.
me. Apparently, it was showing everyone 8 unassigned characters. So I don't know if it's fixed that. It just now is showing me that Willow's level 5. So we will begin with Fenjor.
Finjur.
I will allow you to decide how it is pronounced. So,
We're gonna go with Fenjor.
Fenjor, wonderful. So, you all have received a handwritten letter that states something along the lines of it's different and it's tailored to each and every one of you.
Mm-hmm.
If I had thought about this earlier than today, I would have planned out letters and given you each your own letter, but fuck it. Something along the lines of and personalized to you, dearest treasured friend, I hereby invite you to join me in celebrating my 28th birthday. It will be held at my home at the Larchwood Manor. We will have drinks and food and a weekend of fun and reconnecting. I cannot wait for you all, my closest friends, to meet each other. Yours truly, Allegra Larchwood. And there's
Who is
some little,
apparently a princess.
apparently, there's some like personalized bits and bobs in there, little like light banter over letter talking about your personal experiences together. But again, y'all are coming up with
Junky
this shit.
terminology.
Welcome to One Shot. I don't know shit about what y'all are doing. So,
I don't know shit about what I'm doing.
y'all begin to arrive. Finjor apparently takes dates and times very literally, at least in this moment, and he arrives, bright and early at like 10 a.m. I say bright and early, but traveling time. Bright and early at 10 a.m., you roll up. There are people kind of stumbling over themselves to get out the door because they heard you coming up and was like, oh my god, why are you early? So you're rolling up on a horse and, they're stumbling out the door. They eventually get there, and by the time you get up to the front, they are all standing, prim and proper, waiting for you. You see in front of you 7 individuals. There are some, quite older individuals, some elven, some half elf, some halfling, and then this one little guy that just comes running up. He's not really little, but I mean, he's young. Comes tearing up and like runs into someone, stops in his tracks. He's got this curly head of hair, and he's just like looking around like, what's going on? he's baby. And they all stand there waiting, and he's looking at them, and he just kind of drops into this weird pose, and he's like looking around for like approval. And they're now all awaiting you.
Well, this isn't quite the welcome I was expecting, but as I am here now, I guess I shall accept it. Where's Allegra?
Um,
Am I here on time? Am I here early? Am I late? Did I miss it?
you haven't missed anything. Allegra is inside, I believe, preparing for tonight's
Tonight.
festivities.
I was only told a day. I assumed that would be ASAP in that day.
They they just kind of stutter for a second, and then like who you can assume is probably the head of house. She is an older woman with like kind of graying white hair, and she just kind of she stutters for a moment and then drops back and is just kind of like, I will inform Our Lady of your presence.
There's no need to trouble yourself, but I am apparently early, so
If you would like to wait inside, we have a sitting room directly off to the right, and I will inform her that you are here so that she is aware that you are here and will meet you in a timely manner.
thank you and apologies for apparently arriving far too soon for anybody to be prepared.
I apologize as well because I was not prepared for your early arrival. So you were shown by kind of he's kind of a hunched over old man. He's handsome, but like in like a like not daddy, but like granddaddy kind of way. And he shows you to this sitting room, and it's very plush furniture. It's very bright. There's flowers everywhere. There's a Boots in the corner, apparently. Thank you, Boots. Um, it's very plush. It just looks very homey. Um, and he stands outside the door, and you're waiting for a minute. A couple minutes pass by, and then you just hear like rapid footfalls down the stairs. Like it sounds like someone is like almost tumbling down the stairs. And at the door, you see Allegra, like hair kind of fluffed out in like a "oh god, I wasn't ready" kind of way.
Like half brushed kind of thing.
Yeah, and she's like breathing heavily, and she goes, "I thought when I said dinner that you would arrive near dinner time."
Dinner is dependent on how one sleeps.
Dinner is normally after morning.
I haven't slept in 2 days. This is my morning.
I
This
apologize.
is no
I mean,
longer my morning, I
this
suppose.
is also my morning. Welcome to my home again. I am so sorry that I am not quite prepared. I was reading a book in bed and was informed that someone had arrived.
Well, it's now come to my attention that, based on other standards, this may or may not be an incorrect time to arrive for a dinner party. However, I am here now.
It is completely okay. We do have rooms prepared for every one of you, including if those showed up early. I mean, this is a weekend affair. So, I can have Jenkins, and the guy who brought you in here kind of pops up at the door when he hears his name. He can show you up to your room. There's plenty of books, there's libraries, there's the grounds for you to walk on. I guess I need to prepare because I didn't have the foresight to think about setting a time for people to arrive. Um, but it should not take too long. And so once I am ready, I can come and find you and we can walk the grounds, whatever you would like to do. But until then, if you want to sit in your rooms, you're welcome to wander. But you can obviously drop your things in your room and he will show you there. I'm so sorry again for not telling you a time.
There's no need to apologize. It was my fault for assuming the time as opposed to asking outright. If possible, I would like to just walk the grounds myself and get a lay of the land.
Would you like him to drop your bags in your room?
Yes, take my backpacks to my room, please.
you just kind of walk. You just kind of are like, please take them, and he walks over and just kind of under the weight, and he's like, okay. Just kind of wanders away. I'm going to go get ready. Feel free to acquaint yourself with the lands. There are obviously fences around the borders, but you are welcome to explore as you see fit. And if you need anything, there's always someone within earshot. And by earshot, I mean they all have scarily accurate hearing abilities, and they will hear you.
As I would hope that one would expect of one's service.
I mean, you cannot walk down the stairs at night when you're a little intoxicated and not expect that they're going to hear you stumble. I just
You need to
wanted
work on your
toast.
stealth.
She's like, I just wanted toast, and just walks away. Okay, so next up in the order, the papa. Okay, my food is here. Hold on, let me run and grab that real quick, and then we will pop in to Willow's thing. I've acquired the food stuff.
Hi, welcome back.
I zoomed so fast, bro went into the gate where the dogs have the doggy door. And then my dad was like, ah! And so then he turned back. Nope, I
feel
am
like
not
there's the equivalent
available.
of going outside and pointing to a sign saying "dogs, attention." Some bags
Mexican
of
food.
food.
Mexican food. My god, they even gave me silverware. The queso is a little treat for later. That's my treat for remembering to eat food today.
That's a pretty solid treat, though.
Okay. So, Abby, you there?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So, with an initiative of 18, you know, you roll up a little bit later. It's, you know, early afternoon. And as you arrive, you can tell that there are people who are standing out there. They've been sweating a little bit because they were told he was early, don't worry about it, and they just were standing there just in case, so they weren't unprepared for the next visitor. As soon as you pull up, though, the freaking curly-headed boy, comes skidding out onto the stairs again, runs into a different person, and then just kind of is standing, and he's like, hey. But you arrive on your horse, and there is a crew of people waiting to greet you.
Oh my. Okay. Well, I just take a look around and I look at this curly head boy and I wonder who he is because he's not Allegra.
Are you asking him who he is?
Yes, I'm asking him who he is.
He goes, oh, and they kind of look at him and they're like, ah. They're like, why? He's like, hi, I'm Claude. My father was the groundskeeper. And he dealt with the horses, and now I have the horses.
Okay. Well, now I know that. So do I just walk inside? Can I just walk inside?
There,
Is someone going to greet me or
there is
and take me
someone
inside?
who is like, they're sitting there, they've grabbed the reins of your horse, and they're just holding it and like offering you a hand down. There's someone sitting there with open hands waiting for whatever bags you have.
Okay.
They're just kind of waiting to see what you do.
So I will take their hand and I will get off my horse and I'll give them my bags. No words spoken.
So the older man who grabs your bags just kind of turns and starts walking inside. No words to you as well. And as you walk past, if you walk past, everyone's just kind of giving you a little nod. Claude's just like waving. He's just a little guy. He's a baby.
Okay, well I will wave back to him. Be nice and friendly to the little kid.
He is very excited.
Little
He's
baby.
not necessarily a little kid. He's probably like 14 or 15. But you can tell he's just like not used to this.
Yeah, he's not used to big parties.
Yeah. Y'all might find out his lore later. He has lore. Because of course I'd give NPCs in a one-shot lore. Why wouldn't I?
Because it makes sense for you.
So as you proceed inside, you're kind of just standing there. You're not shown anywhere because you didn't talk, so they didn't talk. They're just kind of letting you do your thing. And you again hear you don't hear it again, but you all are aware that there is, as soon as like the door shuts behind you, there's a door swinging open into a wall in just rapid tumbling. Allegra likes come almost like fully tumbling down the stairs and catches herself. Like half of her head has some curlers in it. She's like, Willow! Hi!
Okay. Hello, Allegra. Have I come too early?
I just prepared late. I read a book and then someone else arrived, and then I sat down and thought surely no one's going to arrive for a while, and then I read a book and then it was suddenly 4 p.m.
Well, okay. Um. Well, what time is the dinner? What time was I supposed to be here?
I'm not sure. Apparently dinner is a very relative thing.
Yes, because dinner could happen at 4.
I'm usually a late dinner person. I like nighttime. But this just means that you have more time to sit in your room and you can wander around, whatever you want to do. You'll probably find Fenjor out there somewhere. But I do believe that Jenkins took your stuff to your room. Do you want to go to your room?
I will go to my room for a little bit.
Okay, awesome. Come here. And she's just like waving her hands at you. Like the energy difference is it's very palpable as the viewer, I guess. Because Willow is someone who, dealt with the animals when she was younger. It was like a family thing, so they grew up together. With Finjor, it was more like kind of a contractual thing, but still a little like overexcited. I wasn't taken on the ropes. So I'm just kind of here, and oh my god, there's someone kind of near my age. I'm a little excited, but like chilling out a little bit.
Yes.
But Willow, it's just like chaotic. Oh my god, you're the same age as me. Hi. Hi, bestie. So Allegra shows you to your room and then is immediately, like pretty immediately, rushed off by an older woman. She's a half elf. She has the pointed ears, but not quite the stature. So you can assume she's a half elf woman. And she's just like ushered off. And she's like, I'm so sorry if I do not take her now. She will never finish. And she just shuffles her away, and you are left to your own devices.
Okay. Yippee.
So Finjor is perusing the grounds. What is your intention with the rest of your day before dinner?
I'll sit in my room for a little bit, get acquainted to the area, and then I might go for a little walk.
Okay, wonderful. So we get closer to about 6 p.m. and they're still standing outside. They're like, there's someone else coming. We know there's someone else coming. And they're just sitting there and they're like, Ah, yes. This is what happens when you don't give people set times, Allegra. And another horse wanders on up, and it's you. And they're sitting there and they're looking, they're like, fuck.
Okay, so can I just use my quarterstaff as like a cane or something?
Sure. I mean, someone walks up
Just
to
because
like grab your horse.
it's just because it makes sense in my head. I walk up. Uh, you all seem tired. Been a long day.
Quite.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I got caught. I was busy counting every blade of grass, every blade of grass in this side of the world.
Cloud's like, cool. And
As
then
you can
just
see,
his mouth is covered. Because he was
as
also the one that said quite to tired.
yeah, I'm gonna get off him the horse. Thank you very much. Okay, and not gonna lie, I had this decided beforehand. I look at Claude and go, "Huh, boy, you there? You look like someone I know, but small.
To Claude.
What was your father's name, Claude?
My. He's like looking around still, even though you addressed him by name. He's like,
I, yes, you,
Baron.
Baron. Ah, he was always so nice to me. Whatever happened to him?
He just kind of looks down at the ground, and everyone's like looking at you like,
No matter. Am I the last one to arrive?
The older woman steps forward that I assume as you kind of know an idea about them. It's Annabelle. She steps forward. She's kind of the sort of house caretaker, and she's like, "Yes, everyone else has arrived, but you are not late." They have all been shown to their rooms. They're wandering the grounds, doing as they do. Allegra is obviously still getting ready because she continuously gets distracted.
Yeah, classic Allegra. We've talked about this before, but she never learns, does she?
Mm-mm.
Annabelle, my friend, it's good to see you again.
She gives you a very like small hug, like a proper kind of hug, and just gives you a little couple pats on the back, and then steps back and folds her hands at her waist.
I suppose you're going now. Boy, you there? We'll talk later. And walk up the stairs.
He just like kind of looks at everyone and he's like he's like a little emotional. He's not like full on crying, but he's like, I don't want to talk later.
Say, one more time. What was the fellow's name again?
Baron.
Got it. I know it's not important, but I want to know the lore.
Fine. That's fine. I mean, he has the lore. I just hadn't picked up his dad's name, so I was like, So Jenkins shows you up to your room. I imagine you're just like talking at him, and he's just kind of walking. He's like, mm-hmm, yep, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I'm assuming that I've been here. I've been here many times before.
So you are shown to your rooms. You are given free reign. After about an hour, around 7 p.m., people have begun coming and either finding you or knocking on your doors if you're in your rooms, and they are telling you that dinner is being prepared downstairs, and a handful of people are showing any of you to your to the dining room. You walk in and it's elaborate, but you can tell that like someone's tried to downplay it again, like a bit. There's like some kind of, not really, I don't want to say funky music, but like funky in an older way. It's like magically created, but it's kind of more folky music. It's not like this typical sort of classical elvish music you'd find in a home like this. There's like some random like scarves thrown over things to add fun lighting colors. And like instead of like it's a very long table, but instead of having a head and then the other people, it's literally like she shoved all of you together in the middle, so it's 1 1 1 1. And Allegra's sitting there just waiting for you all, kind of like bouncing up and down in her seat. So some of you have intersected on your ways down. Eventually, you all convene in this dining room. There are, a couple of men standing there with, food trays. There's a woman standing there ready with like a pitcher of something. And Allegra's just sitting there bouncing and waiting in her seat for y'all.
So I'm assuming she's at the head of the table.
No, so imagine like a really long dining table.
Okay.
She literally,
So,
on one side there's two seats directly in the middle, and on the other side there's two seats directly in the middle. She put you there instead of having the head.
yeah, you got it.
She was like, "We're all close now."
I asked because I'm literally drawing this out in MS Paint.
No, you're so good. She just literally put you all as close together as possible. Like you're very squished in the middle, but it's kind of like it's a comfortable squish. She just wanted her people to be close to her.
Having a small event in a large house is kind
Yeah.
of difficult with the furniture available.
I don't know if it's
Okay.
just in my food. I don't like it. I don't know what was in it. I don't like it. Ugh.
Was it a chewy thing?
It was a crunchy thing.
Hmm.
And a cheese
Don't look
enchilada.
Cheese enchilada? Could be a. Um.
It
Oh,
low-key looks like a raw bean.
could be. It could be.
Hurt my tooth a little bit.
Okay, and then real quick. So during the dinner, let's say, look, your servants don't understand our humor. You know my little joke about counting all the blades of grass.
She's giggling. I do want to know. So, when you walk into the room, there's two doors on either side of the far room. There's a window on the far back side. Allegra's sitting on that far back side. There's a seat beside her, and then one across from her and one across from the person next to her. Where do you all choose to sit?
Next to her.
Directly across.
Okay, that was a diagonal.
Okay, I definitely imagine that as you guys are sitting directly next to and across from her, Allegra just kind of occasionally is just poking Willow with her foot and looking at her like, hey, hey.
Yes, I can see that.
It's definitely like the fun cousin you don't see very often except for at a family reunion. You're like, hey, 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 hey.
Like the annoying younger sibling kind of thing.
No, but it's kind of mutual. Oh my god, so crunchy. Okay. I don't know about the chips and queso with the crunch. Okay. So,
Okay, but
you make the blades of grass joke.
and I want to see the servant's reactions, like if the face drops, like, oh, they want serious, something like that.
They kind of just are sitting there. You can see like Claude, who Allegra asked him to be there just as kind of like a, this is like these are the people that will be visiting the most. Like these are them. She like keeps trying to tell him to come eat. Like she keeps like gesturing him over, like very small movements, like come here, come sit, food. And then like Annabella's just like, no, improper. But Allegra keeps trying to bring him up, and she's like eventually getting up to a point where like as y'all are talking, she gets up and just fills up a tiny little plate with all the different foods and just walks it over to him and then looks at Annabelle and is like, try me.
I pay you, bitch.
It's not even like that. And like Allegra's just like, let the boy eat the good food. I want him to. We have too fucking much. So yeah, so Claude's just sitting over there, and when you make the blades of grass, like the blades of grass counting them jokes, he literally like snorts out whatever's in his mouth, and it kind of sprays a little bit. And everyone's like reprimanding him, and Allegra then snorts like wine out of her nose.
Yeah. And they haven't even heard they haven't heard the ones about sand.
She looks at you and is like, like stifling herself, trying to like calm the fuck down.
Well, we have had fun.
You must
Mhm.
have far too much time on your hands if you have that much to count.
Okay, then I shoot I shoot a knowing glance, like he doesn't get it either.
Allegra just kind of reaches your hand across and like pats your knuckles and is like, it was a joke.
I see. I'm
Mhm.
a bit awkward in these social applications. My apologies.
Allegra just kind of looks over at Willow and just kind of wiggles her eyebrows a bit. Just kind of like a haha awkward.
I just sort of look over at her, look at everyone else, and then look back down at my plate of food. Just listening in.
Okay, and of course I'm playing this as like a classic monk. I'll say, and thank you for remembering the vegan option this time.
Allegra looks over and then looks down at her food and then looks at your food and is like, is this vegan?
Well, mine is.
Are you certain?
Ours look the same.
It's amazing what technology can do these days. It looks like meat, smells like meat, but it ain't meat.
Are you sure?
Well, I would hope so. I reminded you that I am indeed vegan.
And I reminded them that that you are also vegan, and I said that I would eat vegan tonight, but and then she's like, "Is technology this good?"
Allegra might be a good time to ask your staff if that was vegan prepared.
She just looks up at Annabelle, and Annabelle's like, "Mm-hmm." And she's like, "Wow, it has gotten really good."
And for this time, I just exquisite.
It truly does taste like meat.
I guess you can say it's impossible.
Quite impossible.
Okay, that's out of character.
Nope, it was in character. Congratulations.
That's in my next voice, not my monk voice. Down here, much
Nope,
lower.
it was in character because I responded to it in character.
Okay, it's in character.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean I'm giving up my meat.
So, does anyone have anything they would like to discuss, talk about, chat about during dinner?
Okay, I do want to ask how. I assume I know how Willow knows. I was like, so Finjor, was it?
Yes,
Uh, how do you know the lovely Allegra?
I've been tasked with a handful of hunting and scouting jobs, and I've just we have a contractual obligation, and if she invites me to a social party, I'm not one to refuse.
Well, pleasure to meet you.
You
Pleasure to meet you
sound
as well.
so flippant. I am quite fond of you.
I
Contractual obligation. Are you saying that if we didn't have a contractual obligation, you wouldn't respond to my dinner party invite?
well, that's not what I said or meant, but look, I'm sorry, I'm just not good at interacting with people, and even with such a small amount, this is more interaction than I've had in several years. So I do hope that you'll take it easy on me.
Do I ever take it easy on you?
No.
Exactly.
Okay, to that I stifle a laugh like, yeah, that's Allegra for you.
Allegra
She's quite the
bullies.
handful.
Allegra just kind of looks over at Fortune and is like, uh, uh.
I'll kind of chortle and like, look, you know, you are in more than one way.
And then she's like, wait a damn minute. You don't get to make that joke. I get to make that joke.
What joke? I'm being completely serious.
Okay, to that even I go.
Allegra's just like, you can see her kind of like ticking back in her brain. She's like,
Did we?
she's like, no.
Well,
Did we? And she's like, no. Hey, what do you mean?
much like his blades of grass joke earlier. Or, sorry, I'm not sure what you use, but your blades of grass joke earlier. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between serious and not.
Blades of Grass wasn't a joke about my sexual promiscuity or whatnot. And she like tries to act like she's like horribly offended by the joke, but then she's just kind of like behind her hand, like like trying to keep her shit together, but she's like failing.
In fairness, should I have had an interaction with you in such a way, which unfortunately has not happened, I would not have complained about it in any way. In fact, I would be bragging much the way that I wish I were.
I would hope you wouldn't be bragging. Allegra's just looking at her bare wrist. Oh, look at the time. I think it's time for dessert. Dessert, please.
Wait.
And
Out of
more
character, out of character, out of
wine.
character.
And more wine, please. As soon
be
as they
able to
pour wine,
strike-
she's just like, "Ugh."
To be able to strike you speechless, I must have said something quite out of pocket.
Was that in character?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know what you mean by out of pocket, starts guzzling down wine, but I am not struck off guard.
Are you
Which
certain
point?
of that?
To which
You
point?
seem
To which point I grab a glass of wine and go, "Cheers to our everlasting friendship."
She cheerses you and then also takes your glass in her hand and just
I go, "Please."
and they come over and
Another
bring
one.
you another one.
To which, not gonna lie, I think it would be funny if she took that one as well, but I'm not gonna make a choice for you. And I just go, and I just down it.
No, you literally
Is it
you
a
try to
custom in a
cheers
social-
again and she just picks it out of your hand.
Is it a custom in a social application to steal drinks from another?
No, that is just the relationship that we have gained over the years.
I see. I'm
Allegra
see.
just nods and then reaches across and grabs Willow's glass.
Okay, so to which I'm gonna say, it's funny because she knows that I don't drink.
There's wine in that. It was a joke. I tried to give you wine and then I poured wine in your cup and then they thought that you wanted wine and then they poured you more wine so that I took it and then I drank it and it was more wine.
I know. So where's the grape juice?
She just kind of beckons over and they come and bring you a separate clean glass and pour grape juice into it. She's like, I'm not taking that.
I'm just gonna pull my cup closer to me, like nearly in my lap, just like, this is mine. Don't touch this.
She looks at you and goes, I put grape juice in that one though.
I'm gonna take a sip, and if it's grape juice, I'm gonna throw it. She uses major illusion to make you feel the feeling of alcohol in your throat. Thank God. If it had not been wine, I would have thrown this across the room.
She just turns and looks at Forge and is like,
Let's go. Okay, and in that case, I'm just gonna shoot a quick wink, just a little. Can I roll to be stealthy about it to see what happens?
yeah, roll a stealth check.
So I have a +7 on stealth.
Wonderful, wonderful,
That is
wonderful.
an 18 on the dice.
Finjor, what is your passive perception?
Passive perception, 14.
Yep, nope, you're good. You're stealthy.
A little. As in, hey, we know what's happening.
And then, of course, Allegra looks over at Willow and is like, I'm funny, right?
Oh yes, but I'm looking down at my plate now, wondering where my drink is because you took mine. So now I'm just like thirsty.
Allegra just kind of grabs the little pitcher of wine from the side and then was like, that was easy. She like looks at her own glass and then pours some in Willow's glass and passes it back over and then pours the rest of her glass. And she's like, so the dessert comes out and they immediately try and bring it out and start singing. And Allegra just sends them like this, don't fucking try me. And they all stop and they just kind of drop it in the table and start cutting it.
Was something supposed to happen there? They all looked kind of dejected for a second.
Nope, nothing was supposed to happen. Nothing at all.
Okay, let's go. Because I'll go like, come on, they're going like, spit it out.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all was supposed to happen. Oh, look, there's chocolate cake with like a chocolatey filling that looks very liquidy on the inside.
Okay.
You should all try it.
So sorry. Can I have a really quick history check to see is it can I remember if it's her birthday or not?
Sure, roll a history check.
19.
Yeah, it's her birthday.
I say, hold on. I believe it's somebody's
Allegra
birthday
just
today.
smacks her hand across your mouth.
is it all right over there, or is
I think Forge was just feeling a little bit of the grape juice.
Okay,
I see.
hey, and I'm going to lick her hand.
She literally she recoils for a second and then just grabs your tongue with her fingernails. She's like,
Birthday.
I will
Birthday.
take it off.
Best day?
Let's go.
Best day?
I'm sorry. I'm
She,
sorry.
she gives it a couple squeezes with her nails and then drops it.
What's a best day?
It's the best day that I have where all of my friends are together.
And
See.
I just got some cake.
Is this a traditional thing, or is this
Nope, it's
a
it's an Allegra special where I finally get to introduce all of my friends together. Yes, it is just you three.
a few friends is better than no friends, and a few friends is far better than far too many?
And Claude kind of like looks over. He's like, "I'm your friend." And she's like, "Yes, you are my friend, but you are not an adult. Therefore, I cannot give you wine, which means you cannot be involved in the adult friend day activities."
And I'll hold up my glass like, yes, this wine is excellent.
She just kind of
Okay.
looks back over at Fortune, just like,
I say, this cake is quite good. This is vegan too?
"It should be."
Okay, I look back over. I look back over like, well, is it?
She also looks back over at Annabelle, and Annabelle looks kind of back through the doors of the kitchen. They used something that it's a various milk of coconut.
You can milk a coconut these days?
Allegra's like, wow, innovation. They can make not meat taste like meat, and apparently you can milk a coconut.
Hey,
I'll have to ask the chef how he's done that.
I won't complain. I just, well,
Allegra's just taking tiny spoonfuls because Annabelle keeps looking at her and she's like, I am being a proper lady.
and I say, I'm gonna say, look, that's not you.
It's not like it's anyone's birthday. There's no need to be proper.
I am a proper lady who has the house, and apparently I've been too improper tonight because apparently toppling down the stairs with curlers in half of my hair isn't proper.
So can I try to pick up the plate and just smash it, and just push and shove it in her face? Like, "Bleh."
So you can roll a sleight of hand check while Allegra also rolls a perception check.
23.
Hello, or the die? Oh, nope, they're working. Oh my god. So she's just like staring at Annabelle and being like, I am a proper lady. And then you just smash cake into her face and she's like,
And that's the Lego that I have grown to know and love.
she
You
just kind
seem
of,
you have something on your
she's literally just taking her fingers and just licking them off of her fingers.
I'll just reach over the table and just take a smear of chocolate off your face.
That was
Just
not
lick it.
yours.
You didn't tell me it wasn't.
It's on my face. It's
And
mine. It's mine.
You
I do
have
the same thing though.
Well, it was like, Allegra's just like, Okay, whatever. She just kind of holds her head out and is like, this is fine now.
I thought it was customary.
Okay. And okay, at this point, how is Annabelle reacting to all this?
Annabelle just like, honestly, as soon as you did the cake in the face, she just turned and walked into the kitchen. You can hear like various things just hitting the floor.
Is there something in there we need to be worried about?
Annabelle just kind of looks over at Jenkins and he just kind of waves a hand. And then it's silent coming from the kitchen.
She always cared too much about being proper, whatever that means.
I mean, proper in what sense?
She loves to talk about how my mother was a proper lady who liked to please the masses and held the most extravagant and elaborate and proper like dinner parties and such. And I'm like, ugh. Why do I
Not
want
sure
to
what I
sit here and
remember,
talk
but
to someone about the weather? That's so boring.
Oh yes, yes, it has been uncharacteristic sunny. It's so weird, isn't
Ah,
it?
yes, the roses are just wilting in this excess of sun and no rain. Like, ugh, who wants to talk about that?
Oh, I know winter should be coming, but it's way too hot.
Oh,
No
have
one
you seen the
cares.
newest silk shipped over? Isn't it so luxurious? The pink. Oh, it's to die. Ugh. It's boring.
Truly, I always hated when mother talk like that.
I have no manner of principle, or at least not of etiquette for the aristocrats such as yourself. I have no idea how to talk to one
Well,
other than yourself.
Allegra didn't have this either, but apparently she's an aristocrat now.
Well, I look. You're living in a manor. I assume you're aristocratic of some sort.
So Allegra just like full chocolate on the face just leans over and goes, "What is happening outside? Are there wars? Are there fights? Have you killed anyone? Please tell me."
Oh, I killed very many people before I came here.
Details.
Well, which battlefield should I count?
Yes.
There was. Okay, well, for the most part, as you know, I'm a ranger, which means I am one for stealth and long range and
Did
sneaking
you
about
kill
in the
anyone
woods.
close up?
Yeah, a
Okay, cool. Tell
couple.
me about those.
Well, there was the one that I snapped their neck. Then his friend noticed and tried to scream, so I put a short sword in his throat. Um, it's a little hard to be stealthy when people are gargling on their own blood, but we can make it work.
Allegra's just like riveted, and Claude literally like his face turns like green and he turns and runs into the kitchen. And as soon as the door opens, y'all can hear smashing of things again, and you can just hear him throwing up before the door slams shut again.
What was wrong with that kid?
He's new.
Okay.
Well,
Also, sorry, real quick. I would like to ask Alexa, whatever happened to Baron?
She just grabs one of the napkins and just kind of wipes it over her face to get the chocolate off, and she's like, I don't think that's my place to talk about what happened to him.
Oh, oh no. Well, I should probably go check on the boy.
He doesn't like to talk about it either.
That's fair. I suppose it's not my place to pry.
have I brought down the mood? I was
Um,
asked if I have killed anybody.
I don't think it was that. He's fairly new to working here, and I don't like to make him actually do the work. So I get in trouble sometimes because then someone else has to pick up the stable
So is he
things.
what you would call a mascot? Is that what he does around here?
Sort of. I'd like to think I'm sort of like a surrogate older sister for him.
I see.
His mother died when he was born. And his father worked for us pretty much my entire life up until recently. And so it kind of he didn't have any other siblings, so we chose to let him sort of stay in the role in a way, but they keep telling me I'm too soft on him, but I think he's too young for that. He just needs to be young.
Many of us didn't have the chance to appreciate our childhood. So, you being as kind to him as you are is there's something to be said.
I don't think it's particularly being kind. I think it's just being decent. The role was inherited by him, but that doesn't mean that as a child he should have to fulfill it. And he's already going through enough. He doesn't want to talk about what happened to his father. So I think he should have the option to do as he does and be as he is until he decides what he wants to do. Because if there becomes a point where he becomes of age and wants to take on the role, then wonderful. If he decides not to take on the role, then I will send him on his way with as much as he could ask for.
If ever should he wish to learn to hunt, or snap a man's neck, or how to properly research a book, he's free to ask.
And he's always welcome at the monastery.
I think he'd appreciate that. But he has been fairly fragile recently. He was so excited to see you all. I don't think that he realized that by meeting people from other places, he might hear talks of things that maybe didn't.
Uncomfortable for one to learn or hear.
Yes, especially under recent circumstances. But he recovers quickly, and I will have a talk with him before the night comes. If I do retire early, it is probably because he likes to hear stories before he goes to sleep. So if I retire early, it is likely because I am with him, making sure that he's comfortable and okay before he falls asleep. But if you all are still up enjoying the night, once he falls asleep, then I will come back and join you.
Okay. Well, thank you for a delicious dinner.
Um,
Well,
if you all would like to retire to one of the sitting rooms, we can go to one on the upper floors where everyone's rooms are, and they will bring you as many drinks as you could possibly desire, and I will go check on Claude and make sure he's okay.
which means I get more of this delicious wine. Thank God.
She
Okay,
just
and
looks over at Forge and is like,
okay, and then
keep it going. She's like, keep it going, keep it going.
yes, it is a really good wine, is it not?
I thought you said you didn't drink.
It is not, but I enjoy the festivity. I enjoy seeing everyone enjoy the festivities.
It's delectable. I've never had anything so sweet and so delicious.
Allegra's like halfway out. She's like, Willow, isn't the wine so good?
Oh, it's so good, I say as I'm taking a sip.
It's so
Okay,
good.
okay. I'm gonna start
Do it.
walking upstairs to the sitting room. Guys, we should probably go to the sitting room. Follow me.
Jenkins just starts ushering you all out, and Allegra kind of dips into the kitchen. And as you hear the door open, you hear that it's quiet and down in there, but you can just kind of see her silhouetted from the moonlit window, just kind of like over his back, kind of rubbing his back. And then the door shuts and it's quiet again.
I'll down my cup of wine and follow after Forge.
Yes, and I also will follow them.
So you all retire to the sitting rooms. We're doing pretty good on time so far. I wanted to let you all play out the connections as much as you wanted, but once we start getting to the actual mystery of it, you're going to have time limits.
Oh my.
So, real quick, I want to take this and I want to do it alone. So, Lexi, you know exactly what to do, right?
Oh fuck! Hold on. Give me. Hold on. Give me.
Hey, you welcome my wand, do you?
Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me put the lid on it first. Let me put the fuck! I didn't think you were
Yeah.
gonna redeem it. I thought I was just gonna do one with you. God, I was about to do two.
No, just one. Let's go.
Hold on, wait.
Ready?
Hold on. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you the fucking college chant. This is what I
Okay.
learned in my sorority. Here's to you. Here's to me.
Here's to you. Here's to me.
Best of friends will always be.
Best friends will always be.
And if we ever disagree,
And if you ever disagree,
fuck you and here's to me.
fuck you and here's the man.
Okay, well, you cheers each other. You cheers the house. Come on, Nix, get the tongue in there. You gotta tongue it. You gotta tongue all the way around the rim and then you shoot it.
Yep. All gone.
And I'm like, that looked a little difficult. You gotta prep it. You gotta have a long enough tongue to get to all the way to the bottom, and you gotta.
No, I did. It's all gone.
It looked like it was sticking a little bit.
Thank you for the advice. Okay, anyways, as we were,
I became a pro at Jello shots.
this is my third ever one, so.
Nix,
I think
when
I've
you
only
come and visit
ever
when
had
I
two
have
in my
my own
life.
place, we're gonna have Jello shots, and I'm just gonna teach. We're just gonna take Jello shots, and it's gonna be so fun.
Yes.
And we'll collab drunk stream.
Oh my god, we can collab junk screen and we can do and we can set up both a cocktail together.
I can't wait till I get my own place and can do real for a cocktail again.
So, anyways, we retired to the sitting room.
Yes, so you all retired to the sitting room, and Jenkins is just standing there. He pulls out a little notepad. It's just a small little notepad, but it looks very official. And he's just standing there in front of you all waiting. Okay, so you've been entered or brought into a sitting room. So the door is on the far right side, it's on the left side of the hall. So on the far left side on the back wall, there's a very large fireplace. It is roaring, but it's not overbearingly hot. It's quite comfortable as opposed to how large the fire is. On the far back wall, there is a beautiful, like, sort of arched window with a little kind of window nook sitting in there where you can see a couple of various books that are, some of them, the backs are very much worn and loved, some of them are newer, just sitting on the window seat. There's a desk in front of there's like one paper on it that's just kind of crumpled up in a ball and just left there. You can tell this is where Allegra works.
Or rather, lack of works.
Exactly. It's like where she works, quote unquote. She just kind of threw that paper there and was like, that's fine. It looks like I did something. Um, and then on the kind of corner from where you came in, that far side, on the far right of the room in a corner, there's like a corner bar. It's pretty expansive from what you can tell. There's various glass types. There's various jars and bottles of what you can assume are alcohol. And then in the center of the room in front of the fireplace, there is like two kind of large back, like very plush chairs. Like it's the plush you kind of sink into and you're like, ah, yes, is some good shit right here.
This is luxury.
There's a nice coffee table, and then the couch is so fucking, like, it's an inordinately plush couch. Like you sit in it and you're like, oh my god, wait, why did this just kind of look like a nice little, like, why did this look like a fainting couch? Oh my god, I'm going down. Like it's like that kind of couch. Where you're like, oh, I'm in this couch and I'm staying here forever. Like from how you know Allegra, you can tell that this setup is pretty familiar to what it would have been, but the furniture is new.
Okay, yeah.
The fact that it's very plush, the window nook was a thing before, but it didn't have the cushions, it didn't have the books. The furniture is so much more comfortable. Like this is more meant for sitting and enjoying company or enjoying your own time rather than you're sitting in here and having a meeting but you want it to look informal.
So real quick, can I get on the nook and see what book she was reading?
Yes. So as you come over there, um, when you sit down, it has a really nice overview of the grounds. You can see kind of the different gardens that she likes to have. You can see, like, as you look over, like, not straight down because she doesn't like heights, but kind of down and across a bit where it's not as jarring. You can see a little patch of bright yellow roses, which she adores. So she put those within eye shot. Um, on the book nook, you can kind of see a couple of books. There's three books there. So you see one on the very bottom that looks absolutely pristine, and you're like, I don't think this book has ever been opened in its life. And it's like a history of caretaking a home. Never been opened before.
Okay, so knowing Allegra, I want to open it and see what it really is.
It's literally because it has never, like, when you open a book, you can hear the little crack
Yeah.
of the spine. It has never been opened. It is
Got it,
literally that book.
Okay, got it. Because
You can tell
know
this
what I was thinking.
this was probably given to her by Annabelle. Like,
Yeah, for sure. It's like, yes, so fun. Close it, put it down.
the second book is a book